Hello, folks. Welcome back to Sunday Nights on Earworms. We've been doing Babylon 5 for a while now, and it continues. Tonight, Spider in the Web. This is one that brings up a number of long themes in the show, namely the Mars Independence thing, and Psi Corps, and some dirty dealings deep in Earth Gov. We hear of for the first and the last time, Bureau 13 tonight. So there's going to be some discussions. My voice sounds a little bit crackly right here. I'll need to do something about that. In the meantime, I will bring on some guests here. Let's see. Tonight, he's early like a hero, so I'll give him his heroic theme. Please welcome an archer who goes by Colin.
Dirty Daily from Psi Corps. Never know. No, trust the Corps. The Corps is your friend.
The Corps is
Remember,
mother.
the Corps is your
father.
friend.
Yeah, say it enough times, and I don't know. The weak-minded may believe it. All right, I do have Eliza coming quickly. She is just hopping on her lunar control module. Oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said. All right, she's arriving quickly. What? Thank you, Colin. Your mind reminds me of where everybody's mind usually is. Here we go. Hello, lady.
I gotta change my avatar. It's the wrong one.
Oh, well. Oh, that's Merlin. Yes, it's a good
Yes,
chance.
this is Merlin. Yeah.
It's a good opportunity to let folks know. If you haven't found out already, Wednesday nights, we are doing Merlin 1998, but it's going to continue as like an all-around Arthurian legends sort of thing, where I think after that we're going to be doing Excalibur and some other things Arthurian related. And yeah, we've been having fun doing that. It occurs around the same time, which of course, sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later, around midnight 30-ish, somewhere in there, basically when Mr. Brown's Wednesday night streams end. And right now it's still on Aliens. I think they're at the penultimate or maybe the last one. I don't know. But I need to cycle off my interface here because I hear some crackles and stuff, and that's the only way to get rid of them. I'll be right back. In the meantime, Liza, you can probably make a little announcement about our dear friend Kevin M. Kraft and the video you're releasing tomorrow that'll tell everybody everything.
Oh, first I'd like to welcome Mog, who just came in.
Ooh.
Hey, Mog. And we have in the chat X Flavius. And who else is in the chat? Gavin Unit. Everyone's changing their names. Well, at least it's not something difficult to read, like the odor or something.
At least it's not smutty. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Some people might have changed their names because of the when they insist on putting because of the way YouTube is seems to be mucking about with how it shows names in chat.
Man, YouTube is mucking about with everything, Colin. Lawrence and I tried to live stream today. I usually live stream with OBS, and I bring guests into OBS with something called OBS Ninja, which is free and was working great until today. It was blowing up, wasn't communicating with YouTube. They're doing so many things on the back end that it's knocking off stuff that used to work perfectly. So I'm kind of frustrated with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Wednesday nights, Colin gets to shine because he is
Yes.
deep into history, especially in the British Isles.
Because he's staying awake to go to Babylon, yeah.
Yeah, and he does where he does have an island of his own. It's known as Avalon, and
He does.
it's in a scenic mountainside lake like this. But anyway, that's Wednesday night. Sorry, I had to turn off the audio interface and back on again because I heard a little bit of crackles that could get annoying. And it's like, yeah, there we go. Merlin says right here, 2 fingers up. Yeah. So that's what happens. And it's like, okay, I get to be annoying until I turn it off and I can't speak for like 30 seconds.
I don't understand why Merlin goes around kicking donkeys. It's not fair.
No.
Talking donkeys, no less.
Poor donkeys.
Well, he's
Oh,
kicking an ass. That's a donkey.
how dare he? Ugh.
Well,
he should know because he's English, not American, so he should know the difference.
Can you imagine if they remade this stuff today? Oh my goodness.
They're remaking Little House on the Prairie. I do not want to think about that.
It's like, dude,
yes,
this is not in the globalist wheelhouse anyway. Why do it? It's because they want to take stuff that had meaning in the past and just crap on it. I swear that's what they want to do. They want to take anything. Pretty soon it'll be the Rockford Files, and they'll get Queen Latifah to do that. You know,
that'll be Jamie. That'll be Jamie Rockford, his gay, lesbian, crippled black daughter, half-caste daughter, of course.
Well, and talking about crippled gay lesbians, here we go.
One rabbit suit coming right up. Look. Jesus Christ! I warned you.
I'm just kidding. But anyway, this is where this is.
I'm trying to do the math. If I'm a gay lesbian, does that mean I like men or women? Now I'm confused.
I think it's still women, so you're good there.
Okay. And I'm happy
the variety
to be...
of women may not be the prime selection, though, of course.
I'm happy to be a gay lesbian. You're not so thrilled to be crippled, but you know, we all have our struggles.
It was just a joke anyway. Shouldn't have done it, man. All right.
Explain what I'm seeing here.
Oh well, we're just announcing the Wednesday night stream so people know about that. And right now we're doing Merlin 1998, and this is where he cued stop motion graphics of plant life to grow and take down a dragon. It was really cool. It was like a Peter Gabriel music video.
He does look like Peter Gabriel, doesn't he? Yeah.
He always has. Ever since The Omen, man. I'm like,
Yeah. Well, we're going to begin now with Spider in the Web. And before we do that, I see that X Flavius X is in the chat there. And as one of the first ones, one of the channel members that joined us early on, we do have this tradition. But I did some spring cleaning, so here's a new intro video for X Flavius X. Reminder, he is still royalty in Rome.
What about you? Do you find it visible? When I say the name, Dickus.
Oh my God.
His common soldiery are being a little bit rebellious right now. They're not giving him the respect he deserves.
You know that the stuntmen that were in the armor there, they didn't know that he was going to say that, and their cracking up was completely 100% real.
Oh wow, that makes it even better.
Yes.
I think the guy he's actually talking to is I think another comic actor. But you can see them. I mean, the good thing is you can see Payton trying not to corpse up as he says it. You know.
Yeah, and shaking his head like that. It was like, well, I mean, especially doing the whole scene. So he sees the beginning of the scene, you know, and they know that something's odd because it's
Mr. Brown will put that. Is that not within the 15 centimeter rule?
Yeah,
or the 15 millimeter rule?
When Palin was talking about it, he mentioned that it was mostly, I guess, the stunt doubles that were dressed as the soldiers, but that guy might have been a
Yeah, I think I recognise that. Yeah, but, I could be wrong. What's the possible?
Okay, now we are starting with the episode Spider in the Web, but I'm doing something differently this week. We're starting here with some more efficient scenes. And so in doing so, the first scene of the show starts off like this before the credits and the theme. And I'm summarizing it with just a single line because otherwise I'd look at the picture and I'd be like, oh, when was it? I might forget. So I'm summarizing it. The episode starts with preparing for the arrival of the Tikar, who, spoilers, we don't actually get to see. But they're arriving, and in this first scene, basically, Sheridan and Ivanova are talking about preparations. Basically, Ivanova, now commander, is basically taking on more responsibilities, especially in diplomatic arrivals and dealing with different alien races and the things that the captain just wants to delegate to other people. So basically, we're getting a reminder of that dynamic. And we'll hear a little bit more about the Tikar later, but we don't actually get to see them. That's the fun bit. Well, we do have another intro to do here. This gentleman just got back from work, and so it was an important thing. Definitely worthy of being late for earworms because you got to make that money. He works hard for the money, so hard for the money.
What makes you think she's a witch? Well, she turned me into a newt.
I'm sorry, Newt.
You don't have to be sorry. It wasn't your fault.
A newt. We got better.
That's what you have as an intro until you get me a better one, Dutch.
I understand completely. And I do work hard for that money, so you better treat me right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool bean.
Yeah, I saw something flashed up there, Liza.
Oh, somebody else who works hard for the money. X Flavius X, who's been a member for 5 months. Thank you.
All right. That's the member reminder.
Yay.
Wow, 5 months. I think that's how long we've been doing it. He is one of the first ones. So
who
anyway,
did work hard for their money? The person who was in charge of the de-interlacing on this version of the episode.
Oh, no.
Also, I'm basically trying to take screenshots. And in these scenes, of course, it's very realistic. So you have people walking by in front of the characters and behind and all that. And I'm just trying to get a good shot of the two of them that's not too blurry and all that. And it's a lost battle because, I don't want just extras walking in front of our two main characters for our screenshot, but basically that's what's going on there. It's tough. So I guess I'm working hard. But anyway, so that's what's happening there. And then we have Taro Isogi, one of our guest stars there on the right. And in the middle, another guest star, Amanda Carpenter. And Talia Winters, of course, our regular there on the left, the telepath. And basically, I'll summarize this and then we could talk about, because this is the main theme or the A plot throughout this episode. Isogi is an executive for Future Corp. And it's a big Earth corporation and stuff. And he has visions of trying to help the Mars independence movement, the more legitimate Mars independence movement, in basically attaining independence for Mars, where they'd be no longer under Earth control, but also be more independent. And this is where I guess Future Corp would be really involved, is basically having them being able to provide for themselves more rather than being kind of like dependent on Earth alone. Now, they don't get into lots of details, but the basic idea is if Mars were able to use their resources well enough to make enough money, they could probably have more independence in, getting those things that they can't produce on Mars. That whole idea that, Mars is a great place to be, but you can't, it's something that would need to be dependent on more, shall we say, livable planet like Earth for more resources that perhaps they can't get there. But
like oxygen.
And what you got to do is turn what you got into money and stuff like that. So basically, it's one of those things that's realistic. It's a cool idea, and we get more insight because we know already Mars has a radical group, Free Mars, that gets involved in some somewhat T-word like activities, blowing some things up, that kind of thing. And then there's the more legitimate end, and that's what Amanda Carpenter is from the interim government, trying to make things work, but she does have a history, as we'll find out later, where she really does want to see Mars become independent. So now I'll leave it open to our panelists. That's the quick summary.
So
Most people will recognize James Shigeta.
It's just occurred to me that Amanda Carter is literally Two Halves of a Stargate character.
Yeah.
Amanda Tapping playing Samantha Carter.
Samantha Carter, yeah.
Awesome. I didn't mention. I should have mentioned. This is Adrienne Barbeau.
Adrienne Barbeau.
Yeah.
Yes, Amanda Carpenter and James Shigeta as Taro Isogi. I think you're on a little bit of a delay, Dutch. You don't seem to hear people until a little late, and then you're speaking. I don't know. Just let me know. Just be mindful of that.
That might have been going around tonight on Browns, but I wanted to ask Adrienne Barbeau how she survived getting shot by Isaac Hayes. She looks all better now. I was very happy to hear.
Oh, we get better pictures later.
Most people recognize James Shigeta from Die Hard, where he played Mr. Takagi. Some people at that familiar might even remember his password being Akagi, Akagi, means Red Castle. Well, he also played Vice Admiral Chuichi Nagumo in the Battle of Midway, during which he had to transfer over to the Akagi because his own ship had been sunk. Yeah.
Wow.
First time I watched Midway, the movie, I saw him and I was like, that's Takagi. What the heck? Wait, he got on what ship?
Wow.
Yeah, he's been in about 100 movies. He was the president on Sequest. And he was in a lot of great movies in Japan, most of which never made it over here. He was on Magnum PI too. He's been, I don't think anybody doesn't recognize him, even if they can't place where they've seen him. Because he's been floating around on television since the 70s. All the usual suspects, Ellery Queen, Magnum, Emergency, Quester, Medical Center, Ironside, Hawaii 5-0. So
he's probably sort of a bit like George Takei. He's one of the few, at the time at least, Japanese descended actors to actually sort of play your Oriental.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was even in Dr. Kildare in the 60s. Way back.
Wow. Well, let me see what our next slide is.
I never trusted a doctor whose first name is Kill.
Because we're going to talk
kill,
more.
He just dared to, kill dare.
Well, we're going to talk more about them as it progresses. They just give us a little intro there. Basically, what was she? Oh, hold on. I need to go back, not forward. Talia, being the resident telepath, is basically going to be overseeing the negotiations between this corporation and, of course, the Mars Provisional Government. But we get more into the weeds about the situation that goes on. All we know now is that she was a friend of Isogi, and they have a bit of a history, a good one, and I don't know. So he's got a telepath that's already kind of on his side, but good thing he seems to be a pretty good guy and sincere and honest about what he wants to do. So it's all good. But anyway, then we get this. We get flashed to this scene of, I don't know what video game this is, but we know somewhere that does not have a lot of tourism. Basically, well, it says Earth, the San Diego. Oh my goodness, what happened to San Diego? I guess we get to see something they reference in the show. They reference like a San Diego and stuff like something disastrous happening there, militarily speaking, or some riots or whatever. And we get to see the wasteland as a result here.
No, they've really cleaned it up from what it looks like now. I'm impressed. Yeah, it's so much better. Yeah.
Wasn't it a nuclear terrorist event or something?
Yeah, there was a nuke that went off.
Oh, okay. All right. So it was, yeah.
Yeah,
it
July
was
7th, July 17, July 17, 2150.
Yeah, that's how they cleaned up all the stuff that's going on now.
Oh, wow.
A nuclear terrorist attack.
I was in San Diego in like 91, and well, I know that's a while ago now, but I really loved it there. It was really nice. But I guess times do change.
Yes, that was 35 years ago. It was beautiful in the 80s and 90s, and even into the early aughts. But it is not the same city that you remember.
Isn't there a big U.S. Navy base at San Diego?
Yes, and nearby Marine base. I went to both because it was a science fair trip, and it was really cool.
Yep.
And
they actually are a major part of one of the first 4 books of the Black Tide Rising, or the 4 books of Black Tide Rising.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. A nice mouth there. I decided to give a picture of that. Well, this is how they're showing what's going on in San Diego, because now apparently in these wastelands we have mouths and dark rooms and consoles that look like this. Pretty cool. And we'll see that little fractal imagery there in kind of the middle. It comes up later. It's a signal. It talks to you. And then we see a hand creeping out of a case. So we know, ooh, something interesting is going on here. What is that? And then we get the theme. I think this is our quickest jaunt before the theme that we've had yet.
Yeah.
But I think it was enough that we see kind of what's going on. Actually, those scenes weren't descriptive. They leave the viewer with just enough to say, here's some mystery. And it just leads to things later that, helps it make more sense. But there we go. Spider in the web. Not a spider in the web, just spider in the web. And we see this little ship approaching Babylon 5.
Spidey web. Spidey web does whatever Spidey webs.
And now I captured this mostly for the credits. It's one of those things where you see the credits for our guest actors on screen when they're showing someone else. So we see Sheridan there in the background, but
and the guest star credits on this baffled me, because you've got, as I wrote on X, 2 powerhouses as guest stars in this, Adrienne Barbeau and James Shigeta, and they're just like guest starring.
Yeah, no, don't forget Andy Gibb, though. Andy Gibb was way more famous than those other 2.
Okay.
If you look at Michael Beck, you can't not think Andy Gibb.
Oh, okay. I was like, was he in this?
Actually, you're right.
His name.
Well, you can tell by the way he uses his voice.
Yeah, but in any case, he's trying hard. He's trying hard in this one. Michael Beck definitely does give it that good old college try as Abel Horn. And then, of course, Adrienne Barbeau. Now, we didn't mention her. We mentioned Shigeta, but Adrienne Barbeau has a bit of a resume that she brought to the table. Then anybody want to take
what's more confusing is that's actually Jessica Walter in the background.
I know. I tried to say that first, that we can't help it. The opening,
I know.
credits.
But,
play
she does come
me.
later.
Who is not an entirely different looking person to Adrienne Barbeau. I'm not saying you mistake if you saw them side by side, but both dark hair, so that they're very similar if you don't see them side by side.
Yeah, and
they were both sultry brunettes, but separated by a couple of decades in the heyday of their career.
Mm.
Now, is that a different Scott Liza in the chat there, or is it our dear friend Scott?
No, it is Scott Hovitt. He is here.
All right. Yes, I just wanted to also give a shout out to Scott. He is our chief mod. He's been with us ever since the beginning, and those of you who joined us Wednesday, you will find out it is now springtime up there in the northern wastelands in which he lives.
Oh, hee ha.
Scott's doing some fishing. And he's catching us while doing so. But anyway, Adrienne Barbeau, anyone want to take that?
I mean, does anybody need
did the
to,
voice
does
of Gwen.
nobody know who she is? The Fog, Escape from New York. I mean,
Swamp Thing.
Yeah. Mad Max,
The
Tales of
voice of Red
Halloween.
Claw and Batman the Animated Series.
Well, voiceovers
Wasn't
are
she
harder
also
to
in
check.
Creepshow?
Yes, she was.
Isn't this the Creep Show?
Wasn't she also in Creep? Yeah.
Yeah, she was in Creepshow, but that was a anthology. So,
Well, in any case, she's very well storied. But I didn't want to just say, okay, she's well storied. Let's just not mention it at all, and then just go on. It's like somebody's going to leave a comment. Why did you ignore her and talk about James Shigeta?
Shigeta.
Yeah, I mean, her role is pretty small in the episode, but she's, especially at the time this came out in the 90s, she was still extremely well known.
Yeah.
And her role is bigger than James's. Spoiler alert.
I'm sorry, Shigeta. Yes, there we go. Shigeta, potato. As Taro Isogi. All right, so we got them. And then this lady's credit, I think it's coming up, but she had a line first that was, no, she didn't have a line, excuse me. This is not subtitles here, this is me. But Earth, no likey, this meeting that's coming up between Adrienne Barbeau and Shigeta. Well,
that's a great caption. I like it.
I don't know why I said that. It just came to my mind and I just put it.
It's great. It works.
Yeah, but basically the lady on screen is a senator. We do get her name in just a minute. And basically she's upset with this meeting and Earth wants some details. So basically they're pushing Sheridan to try and listen and gather some information from this meeting because Earth wants to continue to wield power over Mars. They want it to be a colony and not an independent, self-governed entity. And the Senate on Earth especially so. And so they don't trust this Mars provisional government, even though those are probably handpicked anyway. You know what I mean? They're probably like Earth approved. And then at the same time, they don't really trust Future Corp because they know that they could probably make some money off of this and they might do some things that EarthGov doesn't want them doing because it will be profitable for them. And I don't know, man. It's just more of the story basically unfolding for us. So as we go on throughout the series, we do learn more and more and more and more. But at this point, this is building on the whole story. So Earth at this point, you see, doesn't like it and she wants information. And there she gets, no, that's not her. She's not Jeff Conway either. And she's not Zack Allen. Woohoo! Zack Allen is finally in the show.
I was going to say, this is his first appearance, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And his first appearance is actually voice.
Yeah.
It's actually voice, but he does appear in the show too later. Visually. Yeah. But it says
good old Kaneki.
Yep. And you can never take him from Babylon 5. He'll be there till the end. All right.
Wait. What end? What do you mean?
Well, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm not.
The show doesn't end, does it? There's an end to the show.
It's the last of the Babylon stations.
Yeah, I agree, Li. So I've got a feeling. I'm obviously years away from that yet, but I have a feeling that because of what we know happened, the rushes and all the rest and the changes, I think that they were maybe going to go down that way a little bit more.
And what way was that? I didn't quite see the chat.
With Zack and Lita.
No, they weren't going to go there because Lita wasn't even going to be originally involved in the whole thing. And I'll tell you, Liza, better Zack didn't end up with Lita. You wouldn't have wanted to inflict that on him. She ends up being, I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, she.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking because I'm thinking that
She would have had a good influence on. I mean, he would have had a good influence on
He could have
Lita. I
fixed her.
think.
He could have fixed her.
Not in
'Cause that
that
always-
way, but
Oh,
That
that
always works
guy that
out.
she ended up with radicalized her totally.
With pizza, I mean, with pizza.
Well, yeah, but you know, he also, I think there was that whole storyline where everyone treated Lita like shit, even him. It seemed out of character for him, but I guess they had to play it up that way.
Wait, where did he treat her like shit?
For the half a season before she becomes who she
Who
kind of
treated her like
became
shit?
crazy.
I missed. Who treated her like shit?
Zach,
Everyone on
not,
Babylon 5.
not explicitly, but he was aloof. He ignored her. He wasn't really.
I guess
you would have
couldn't
thought that they
handle it
became
well.
closer friends. Like,
Yeah.
it started that the moment after their shadow victory, and they didn't need the telepaths anymore. He just kind of blew her off. Really.
Yeah.
Well,
They-
everyone was doing
more
that.
rent.
I mean, Sheridan, basically, they all just kind of like, and I think it was done
Blew off
intentionally to
what?
show that even the heroes could have faults, and they really didn't show her the appreciation she deserved.
No, I agree with that. The crew just brushed her off after using her, and you know, she didn't even feel the confidence to approach Sheridan to say, "Hey, I'm not part of Psi Corps. You guys, I helped you guys. I need a place to live. Can you help me out so I don't have to join Psi Corps?" And so that was very sad, but very realistic. Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, that's what
she
happens.
just
We love
slipped
the show
people's
so
mind.
much. We'll talk about characters that aren't even here. Meanwhile, the lovely Jessica Walters is on Walter, just one Walter, is on screen, and she's a senator. And Elise Voudreau. I don't think we ever see her again, do we?
Mm-mm.
No.
Just
Well,
as-
anyway,
just as one episode.
we better make the most of the moment. Sorry,
Yeah.
Liza. Was there anything more you wanted to finish? There's a
Well, I
delay.
don't recall, not even from the little movies, that Zack treated her like crap. I have to go back and
we'll look for
rewatch
that
some stuff.
in one of the future rewatches we will do.
Yeah, we'll get to those.
Anna.
He was really kind of cold and aloof, and honestly, I thought it was out of character for several of our main characters to be that way towards her. Sure, they were busy and preoccupied, but you could kind of tell they were leading up to something. But she definitely got their attention later.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
trying to
agree
do
with
that.
that.
I think they were trying to at least give her that reason to run to the arms of Byron later. And-
Yeah, that might have been it. They really wanted to force the Byron thing, so they had to
Yeah,
do things that would be out of character for Sheridan and everyone else in the crew, especially Delenn.
yeah, because of the whole trapdoor thing, that none of that stuff was ever supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to be her arc, but it was the last minute leaving of Claudia Christian, which is why maybe some of it doesn't feel as organic as the rest of the story.
I'm sure a lot of I'm sure quite a few of that was originally supposed to be Ivanova rather than Lita. Some of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ivanova and Talia. That was that would have been the core.
Both
of
and
Talia.
Byron at the same time? Oh my goodness, that would have really
No.
been something.
Oh,
It would have been a little complicated there, but
I'll go
considering
back-
all the changes he was faced with and all of the last minute things, he had some warning for certain people leaving. Others, it really happened in a flash and he had to scramble, but because he had planned for contingencies of every main storyline, he was able to do it relatively gracefully.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
can you go back a couple slides?
Oh, for crying out loud. All right, here we go. How many is a couple? That?
Keep going. There.
Yeah.
There. That's good right there. Finish what you were going to say. I didn't want to interrupt.
Well, I was gonna
But
say
you did.
Wanted to stop him before he got
If you
too
don't
far.
want to interrupt, then don't interrupt.
I wanted to stop him before he got too far. That was all.
Oh,
Gentlemen,
well, I
gentlemen,
thought we already
gentlemen.
kind of covered this. I mean, he knows his limitations. He knows what's outside his
He knows his
jurisdiction as
place.
the military governor. He's got to let commerce take place. If there's no illegal activity or sign of it happening, he's got to let negotiations take place and not get involved. But she's like saying, well, now, Future Corp, we're kind of looking at them and stuff. We just want you to just get some information, just kind of hear what you hear, see what you see, and let us know, that sort of thing. He still doesn't like that, even though that technically he's
Well,
saying,
he can't take orders from a senator anyway.
yeah, that's true.
At least later they say that.
It's what she doesn't make it an order. She's just dropping advice.
But the thing is, later on, it doesn't matter if she did make it an order. It's not following the chain of command.
Yeah.
But it is, though, we do raise an interesting question there, because, for the military chain of command is all the way up. But if he's acting as a governor, part of his responsibility is not military, it's a civilian. So to who does his gubernatorial
He is not the
chain of
governor,
command?
though. That's
no, but
he's
what
not
I'm
the
Well,
saying
he's
governor.
the military governor of Babylon 5.
in that particular role as governor rather than as station commander, that is a more political role. Does that perhaps have does he, in that case, report to the foreign office? I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Let's clarify something here. When I'm saying governor, I don't mean like governor of a state sort of thing. He's the military governor, and he's the captain rank-wise, but he commands Babylon 5. But part of that purview is being like a military governor of what is essentially a city, a military-owned city.
But
if a politician wants him to do something, then they have to go through the military proper and let those orders filter through the chain of command. So
the president can, at the top of that chain, do so, because apparently it's the same as, like, at least in our government, kind of. It's like the president's the commander in chief, and so
but
he is a military.
What I'm saying is, if you think of, what I'm saying though is the governor bit is a political rather than a military. I mean, you think about it. The council,
but
he's the commander is the command Babylon 5 is the only person on the council who is not an ambassador. So in that place, he's acting in loco ambassadoris, if you like. I honestly don't know what I'm saying. It's an interesting thought. Is that there are bits of his purview which, although he's a military officer, he's acting more in a civilian political role. So I but
don't know. He
Yeah.
can't make decisions as if he was an ambassador. That's the thing. He's still a military commander, and
he still has to go back to.
I think the big bit everybody is missing with that little conversation is that she is threatening him without threatening him.
Yeah,
and trying to put pressure on him to do something that the president and the heads of the military haven't asked him to do.
Yeah. Well, he's reading into what she's saying, and that's why he uses the word spying. He's like, basically, you're asking me to spy. And so he basically doesn't mince words there, whereas she is perfectly happy in mincing words and trying to make it sound, not as bad as what she's really asking him to do. But that's here, you see the excuse, basically here, practicality is more important than principles in this. And it's like, no, it's not principles. It's really, he has certain powers, and then he has things that are not his powers.
Yeah, what she is essentially saying in that line is, well, Captain, the ends justify the means.
Yep,
which is not true in any case, and basically anyone who says that tends to be evil.
He should have asked her whose lives, because that's really the boundary that she's making, that some lives are more important than others, and he's just trying to keep the peace on the station.
Well, of course she's evil. Look at her. She looks like, I don't know.
She's Archer's mother.
Counselor or something.
Yes, she is.
Well, anyway, he's like, go ahead.
I was going to say it's beautiful casting because she has a long career of playing people somewhat sinister.
Oh yeah,
no,
from Arrested Development on all the way down to Play Misty for me. So
And well, you see, basically his expression captures it. It's just like, basically it's one of those things that's like, all right, she can't really do anything within a chain of command because she's not in it, but politics will affect selections. And of course senators can make some decisions that affect Babylon 5 funding and all that sort of stuff. So he knows, she could hurt the station if she wanted to.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we get that expression, and then we're back to negotiations here. Now, essentially what's happening here is I wanted to get a shot with all three there. Basically what's happening is he's presenting his case, his idea. And Amanda Carter, in the Mars Provisional Government, has some reservations. She kind of likes it, but she's not too trusting. But at the same time, Talia is a telepath, so she senses that. And she tells Taro that she's the one that has reservations, but the rest of the people she needs to run this by don't have the same reservations or probably won't. She's more worried about her own concerns than what other people might think, but she's basically trying to pass it off as basically she needs to sell this to them, so she wants some more commitments or things like that from him. And but basically after Talia kind of reveals that, it still works out. She just says, yeah, I have the reservations, but you know why? And he does some good one-liner. Apparently I think it was her father or great-grandfather, not father, but further back, like great-grandfather or somebody that went to Mars and helped start this whole thing. She had like an astronaut pioneer in the family, and everybody thought that it was too bold what he was doing, but he did it anyway. And so he uses that line to basically win her over. Shebang.
Sorry. Yeah. No,
What?
sorry, I just made a connection there. Her surname's Carter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no relation to Jimmy.
You mean like John?
Exactly.
Oh.
It's her great-grandfather called John.
I didn't make that connection myself until you started saying, I think I made the connection. I was like,
Mars. Oh, yes, of course.
Well, that's actually a pretty good read there. I actually thought, I know what Scott Hovid was thinking.
Holy moly, you got a fart in your brain or something?
But it worked out. So we're cool. Sorry, I had to use that clip somehow. I don't know.
I wonder if that name was actually a homage to Edgar Rice Burroughs.
No.
Oh, all right, thank you. I literally haven't just made the connection myself, but I thought, I mean,
I don't know.
Given the number of inspirations and things that Straczynski had for this.
Yeah.
But we can't. It would be a guess.
Oh,
it would be a guess. And so it would be a guess, but Carter is too common of a name for it to really be.
And this was asked on Usenet 35 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Damn. So we have some research from the past going on there. That's cool. So anyway, Mars.
Just memories, not research.
Okay. Oh, yeah, back in the days where I guess it was the early days of internet forums. Mars might be able to gain independence. That's the whole idea here.
Although I do have to point out, her grandfather great-grandfather was John Carter.
It was? Oh, right.
Yeah, so I'm not sure Usenet was right.
Oh. So the name was John Carter. I missed it in the.
Her great grandfather was John Carter. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, could be a coincidence, but
the fact that it was a coincidence is what was answered.
Okay. So anyway, well, it's not worth climbing up any hills on that one. Anyway, let's move on to the negotiations here, which are ending. They ended. In fact, I'm so efficient anymore. We're on to the next scene. But basically, I think I covered everything in the negotiation topic. Anything else there?
But you
Yeah, the
didn't
background shot was one that was just gorgeous when they were sitting at the table.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get enough of these of the station.
You mean her?
No.
Oh.
The
So
last
back
flight.
where Sheridan and Ivanova were yes.
They
Oh,
are
yeah.
like you can see the entire interior of the station, and it's awesome.
Oh yeah, because
didn't-
that is overlooking like the cylindrical rotating station, and basically like and there's like farmlands and living dwellings and all sorts of things. It's a floating city in space.
But we
All
didn't get to
right.
hear anything about the seating arrangements and the star shape and the how impressed they all were with everything.
Well, I felt that we could probably get away with not
I
reading
was
off the
kidding.
subtitles for that
I
whole
was
conversation.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were. Okay. But basically the conference with the Takari went well, and that is
You
the
mean
end
what
of
we got
that
if they
scene,
made it
because
these
that's
days?
all that was talking about that. We never got to see the Takari, although the Takari did have like spaceships that were fascinating, like big green clouds and stuff, and Sheridan is the one that basically made first contact with them.
Oh yes, he did, didn't he? I forgot that.
Yeah. But we never get to see them, and I don't think they ever come up again in the whole series. So there we go.
Another great reference from Anna. But what about Aragorn's tax policy?
I don't
Anna
know.
commented, what about Aragorn's tax policy? Another great
I didn't
reference.
go into it that deep. I'm sure there are some Tolkien channels out there that go there. But Anna, great to see you again. Hopefully you'll be sending an email soon saying I'm ready to do the next Tolkien episode, and give us a time and slot, and we'll give it a shot. All right. So what do we have here? Well, this is after the meeting, and basically there's chit-chatting about the whole thing, and this is the beginning of, it looks like too good to be true, but possible, but it could be a whole new beginning for Mars and their independence, and being able to provide for themselves and no longer be as dependent on Earth. But of course, there's one problem with that situation. Earth would have to be willing to let go.
Well, and also this is kind of silly when you have jump gates. Mars is left behind on something like that. Prior to jump gates, Mars is the launching spot for humanity. Once jump gates become a reality, like they did in The Expanse, all of a sudden everyone who is for Mars goes, screw this, we're going through the gate.
But who governs them? Earth. And I'm pretty sure they have a say about, okay, there's probably regulations as to, who can go through them at what time. Babylon 5 seems to regulate their jump gate, except for like alien governments and things like that. But I'm pretty sure as part of the Earth Alliance, Mars has regulations they have to live by, and those regulations would favor Earth. I remember some of the chats that they had. I think it was in the previous one, where some guys were complaining at the bar in front of Garibaldi. They were complaining about some of the taxes and stuff, and they were saying that their taxes were paying for stuff on Mars, their air purifiers and things like that, and the Mars gets all the good stuff and things like that. And it seems like something like Mars was turned into something where they didn't have enough power of their own, even though they maybe could provide for themselves more. They weren't being allowed to. It's almost like Earth wanted them to be dependent. And as you see, the senator here seems to be trying to want in on this or know more information about it to sabotage it or do something,
My point wasn't about all that. You were correct about all that. But my point was simply about him saying that Mars can be the beginning of a whole new life for the human species. And I'm sitting there going, too late, pal.
Well, yeah, it's true. I mean, there are other worlds that are probably going to be equal, even better than Mars, if they're more Earth-like. So, yeah, that's your point. I mean, the thing is, I mean, I can actually sort of see this whole Mars thing is, especially for someone who's read The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. Always comes back to Heinlein. I can see that they're doing some really interesting. You can imagine how heavy-handed it will be these days, but the whole Mars thing is an ongoing. It is a thing about independence and at what point does a colony become independent of its founders? I mean, obviously, the difference being that unlike reality, this is days away, and this is a completely different planet. So it's not an easily different environment, but it is an interesting. I think it's an interesting storyline to follow. The sort of thing you can follow. The sort of thing that science fiction is really good for telling that sort of story, and making you think.
Well, and a lot of this gets filled in for now, but later in the series, we do actually see Mars, and perhaps here it's like a whole new. It's not a whole new beginning, maybe that's not the way of putting it, but I could see expansion on Mars and independence there being a big growth opportunity because then they could colonize more of the planet, and I'm pretty sure they're still at a point where having more space for humanity to go and live productive lives is probably still a good thing, especially so close to Earth, because then it would be something you could get to without jump gates and stuff like that.
That's what I was going to say.
So it's a good thing, but maybe not a whole new beginning for humanity. But anyway, this guy's going to ruin it anyway. Free Mars! Mars for free. Okay. So anyway, he starts zapping Mr. Isogi. And I got some because some of these zaps were cool effects. Look at that.
Yeah.
I think Swappers probably has that glove.
Swappers has everything.
Yeah. All right. And then we got a good look there from Talia. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Well, she basically got pushed to the side right here, and she's watching and she's seeing the zapping take place. But this guy comes up to her and she thinks, uh-oh, I'm done. But no, he kind of like he squints his eyes, and then she telepathically sees visions like this, like some craft firing at a vessel, but she's seeing from the cockpit of that vessel something shooting at it, and it kind of goes away and stuff. And then he kind of grimaces and walks off and leaves her be. And she's like,
now, funny. Sorry.
Go ahead.
The funny thing is, that's not what she saw, at least not what she describes to Sheridan that she saw. She only saw lights and shadows in her first glimpse into his brain. It's only later that she sees essentially that, but in more detail. It's like the script didn't match what they showed.
Well, no, I guess, no, I also had the benefit. If you were just watching this and not doing it frame by frame, getting the best screenshot you could, it probably wouldn't have looked as good, It was something that, if you had that vision for the first time, you might not be able to make heads or tails of it too much, or not enough to really say anything, with confirmation.
I did rewatch the episode this morning before I left for work, and you could at least see breaking glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I suppose if you think about it, there's also the fact that we're seeing what she's seeing.
Yeah.
But she is then, when she's reporting to Sheridan, she's telling him what she remembers seeing. So,
okay.
And she's this is a shock. This is unexpected. It's completely unexpected. It's a shock. There's trauma. There's probably the brain can't put it. Whereas the next time we see it, she maybe had another chance to think this over a little bit more, and she's expecting a little bit more what she sees. So that may be what it is as well.
Yeah, there's definitely a point where she isn't so honest with what she sees and remembers with Sheridan, but it's not just yet. It's not just yet, but that is coming. The whole honest Talia thing does come into question later. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, well, wait a minute. Here we are.
Do you have any idea what the images you got from the killer meant?
Yeah. Well, didn't you just mention it here? I'm psychic. I'm good with what subtitles I select and which ones I don't. Oh,
Yeah, he wants to know. Do you have any idea what the images you got from the killer meant?
No,
and she's like, no,
it was all too quick.
Too quick. Just lights and shadows.
Oh, so she didn't. Yeah, she said lights and shadows, but I'm efficient. I'm Mr. Efficiency now. So she just says it was all too quick. Go ahead, Colin. You were saying something.
I was going to say that I always have a bit of a problem with this episode. Let's just say, in light of later events. That some things you think, yeah, but okay.
As well, you should, because she's not trustworthy.
Yeah.
Oh, and he does ask questions later. We have that conversation with Ivanova coming up. But anyway, but she does mention, he did yell "Free Mars." Yes, but it didn't really make sense because, well, here, actually what she says doesn't quite make sense. She mentions her first assignment was, Mars colony, and basically the Free Mars people were kind of violent, very angry and stuff. And she's seen their minds. She's read them before,
okay,
and their minds were different than this guy.
Okay, that's absurd. That's the kind of screenshot that we expect in a show like this.
Oh yeah. Well, we see the seductive side of Talia there. All right. Yeah, they're violent terrorists and all that stuff. And this guy, it's almost like a thought was just replaying over and over in his mind. Although, if anybody reading the subtitles, such as Dutch, would like to say it more clearly, go ahead.
No, just, no thought of a cause in his head, no anger, just, just those images.
No emotion of any kind. And then, but she's saying images here, but she doesn't really remember the images. So yeah, maybe there is some, maybe there is a lack of clarity there that she does have, because she does say they're images, not lights.
But then he ignores everything she just says and says, so what reason would Free Mars have for killing your client? She just said she doesn't think he is Free Mars, you twit.
Well, she does get angry with him right here,
No, she's just like, none.
Yeah, at this point in the show, they've already had enough experience with mind control, and it's that, like, he's clearly not jumping onto the suspicion like he should, because they already have a history of weirdness going on like this, and he should be instantly suspicious that this is a setup and somebody has an ulterior motive, and he's not, and it's a little frustrating.
Well, he's expressing, the main thing on his mind is Earth Central feels differently, and that's where he's going at the Isogi angle. And then she says, someone's been lying to you, Captain. And she basically says that Isogi would never do something like this.
Yeah.
But Isogi's the ones that ended up dead. So, but that's the whole thing. It's like, if Isogi presumably is being killed by somebody from Free Mars, then Earth would be like, okay, so obviously Isogi's not aligned with Free Mars or their goals. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. But anyway, or to you, I'm a telepath. Oh! Yeah, telepaths are human beings. You are an old friend of Isogi. Isogi's. Yeah. So he's basically saying, whether you're a telepath or not, you're capable of being dishonest. That's kind of what he's insinuating here. You trusted him. And she says, with good reason. So she defends Isogi. He never, was a bad guy.
It's defending others.
Is there anybody in her past you didn't bang?
Who banged? Who?
Talia.
Is there anybody?
Everywhere you see she come across seems to be an ex-lover.
I did not.
I mean, I don't know,
from
but
her. I didn't get the impression
she refers to him as a father figure.
Well, Well, you know
I think
what
she even
George
says
Michael.
he's a mentor at some point. So I don't think
Yeah.
they had that type of
No,
relationship.
probably true, but it's just
No.
that,
Well, you
that's
know
the
what
weird thing with her,
George
doesn't it?
Michael said about father figures. I can be your father figure. Put your
Ew.
tiny hand in mine.
Yeah, no.
Ew.
Don't know about
Ew.
that, George. Don't know, George.
And ew.
Yeah, I second that.
Mars was his
Heard
dream
that.
captain, but we're not going to blame Talia or Isogi for that. Okay, now he's been murdered for it, and you're trying to cast the blame on him. And okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yep, I'm sorry too, but you're not going to get away with it just by saying you're sorry. I'm also tired and hurt. Now, can I go to my bed? No, can I go to my quarters now? And he's like, okay. And he says, okay, I'm going to need an escort, because she's a witness of this crime and the killer's on the loose. Obviously, you want an escort. And we have a volunteer.
What?
Yeah, we have a volunteer.
Yeah, he pops in so fast. It's like he was listening at the door.
He can predict when she's going to use the turbo lift.
Uh-huh.
He has that power.
Yeah, it's literally his job to listen at doors. So
I would hope he would be a little more subtle about it, but yeah, okay.
He'd like to be her.
Subtle Garibaldi? Nah.
yeah, not really his speed. All right, listen, guys, I got to take off. Have a great show. It's been fun.
All right, thanks.
Alrighty, good night.
Take care.
Good night.
All right, did any numbers come up yet? Because I do have some video clips here, and I know
no numbers, not yet.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's very helpful because I tend to miss them when I'm looking zoomed in at these subtitles. Captain's orders. Yep, he's worried about you. Yeah, but he was about to give that order, and you just came right in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then Garibaldi goes completely out of character.
No, he doesn't. This is his character.
He knows that this guy that she's close to has just died, and he starts hitting on her.
Well, she says that,
Yeah. She'd be taking lessons from Stephen.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Yeah, they've been friends for too long, I guess.
She's not in the mood for his badinage or badinage. And now he's dead or whatever. There it is. There's the word badinage. This is a vocabulary channel.
Badinage.
And
Verbal ping pong.
Unless you're in the original Klingon, which gets.
Sorry, I was about to play it, but go ahead. Original Klingon is.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a bad time for you. I'm being a yutz.
Apology accepted.
Could you at least tell me what badinage means?
Yeah, but he softens her up with that one. But
verbal,
I guess he really probably doesn't know what badinage means because I didn't know either, really.
Verbal ping pong.
Okay, if it's really that, I mean, he was pinging, but she wasn't ponging.
Exactly.
Okay, so, but basically he says that his dad always told him
Laughter's the best medicine.
Yep, and she's like, he was right. So there we go. It was a nice moment. Nice moment. I think it's the first time he made her laugh. And then, does he have something behind his ear? Is that like a pen behind his ear?
I think it's just his hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. He's at the ATM. No, wait a minute. He's at the Babcom system, and he has a bit of a special device. And so he's saying a code here. And of course, it's like saying, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Until
Control comes on board.
They remind me of having recently replayed the original Deus Ex game. Those Stellarcoms look to be very much like the news sort of screen things they have in Deus Ex. Which tend to end up actually next to the ATMs, which is probably where you said that made me think of it.
Yeah. but they had a nice little graphic there, and then we get this communication that comes through, and it is very fractalated. There we go.
That is control.
Yep. And then it's like saying phase 1 completed. So he's communicating with somebody. Maybe it's the mouth, the lady mouth. But anyway, it asked him to download all mission details.
They should have said upload. I hate when shows get that wrong.
Yeah.
Well, he may be uploading, but
that's what they're telling him to do. They're telling him download the information.
But
No, you mean upload the information.
It's thinking from the perspective of the computer. He's uploading,
brother.
The computer's downloading. You upload, I'll download what you upload. But anyway, his glove is nice. It can kill people, and you can stick things in. Or is this a data crystal? I don't know. It looks like it's his finger. Yeah, it's his
finger.
Yeah, it's a finger pad.
Well, it's not his finger.
It's his little finger. Well, it's his little finger, I think.
No, it's a robotic hand they stuck on his arm.
Yeah, what was because it means that what it means is that somehow that must be insulated some way so that it's not damaged by that massive discharge of electricity. But
I see Mike Gorley in the chat. How you doing, Mike? We are going to be trying. Hopefully, Kevin will get back to us soon. We might be doing a Music Friday with Mike and Kevin M. Kraft. So please make sure you're subscribed and you have notifications on. We're going to see if that works out. Basically, when we can get guest artists, we're going to do it. And and check out Mike Gorley's channel in the link in the description. Mike Mountain Hot Gorley. He has some new music coming out, and it's always a good listen. All right, so this is from the download. No one's getting zapped here. This is basically the target was killed, and then the computer notices, this is Talia Winters, a commercial telepath on Babylon 5. She could be an issue. And what does it say here? I want to make sure I get this right. Yeah. She could interfere with the mission. And it's like, eliminate her. Okay. It's very clear about that. Eliminate her. It doesn't say how, but probably that glove would be helpful. Then continue with phase 2. Phase 1, collect underpants. Phase 2,
put on underpants.
Understood.
Please.
Well, he understands. And search mode. He goes into search mode. Location of Talia Winters. And I think that's where it goes away. Yeah, do you want to do some subtitles here, Mr. Dutchie?
Sure.
Thank you.
I want you to hold all outgoing traffic until further notice. Tell me, what do you think of Talia? Ms. Winters?
No. Who else is named Talia? Okay.
Well, no. Did he say Talia or did he say her?
But we had lost all the context, so I just threw in her name.
Yeah.
She's an cool. You never describe anybody that way. I don't really know her that well. We've chatted from time to time. And she's interesting. You know how I feel about telepaths.
That answers the question I was about to ask.
Do
I ever? Yeah. Now, here's some interesting point from her history.
You threw one out a third-story window on IO. There was a perfectly sized pool below the window. I'll assume you knew that.
Yeah, actually did say ample pool. But here
I knew it was something like that.
Out. Yeah, it left it out in the subtitles. You know,
as I said, I just rewatched this morning.
Yeah.
Aside from Ms. Winters' interesting quality, do you think she could be trusted? Oh, fuck no. How would you even think so? I mean, no. Yes, except she's very loyal to Psi Corps.
Yeah, that's a big red flag there. And it's like...
And you don't trust Psi Corps. No.
No.
Do you?
Do you? Well, and then he explains himself a bit here.
Telepaths are gifted and cursed in ways I can never hope to understand.
Wait a minute. Are
But
you
they're
saying
still
it's a
human
gift?
beings.
Are you saying it's a gift? Is he saying it's a gift and a curse? Well, we're
It
hearing
sounds like
Tony
it.
Shalhoub saying that.
A
Monk?
gift and a curse.
You remember the TV series Monk?
Oh, Monk, yeah.
Yeah, it's a gift.
But they're
and
still
a
human
curse.
beings. I don't never watched it.
Oh,
Yeah, I've seen
okay.
some episodes. It's a pretty good show. Yeah.
But they're still
Or it
human
was,
beings. Good, bad, or indifferent. Now, I trust in individuals, not organizations. Then you may trust Ms. Winters.
She says may. She's
No,
giving him
you may trust. You may. Yes, you may trust Ms. Winters.
But she should have more reservations still, because she and Miss Winters haven't.
Talia came to her quarters and wanted to talk with her, and she was like, have a drink with her, and she was like, fine, but you have to take that off. And she was willing to take off her Psi Corps badge.
Okay. So maybe she did get infused with some trust, but
that's the problem with watching these shows. I've get so many times I can't remember what's already happened at this point in the story and what happened.
We're going through so slow. Memory.
No, I mean, I remember that happening, but I can't remember if that had already happened at this stage.
Yeah, that's true. I
two.
don't remember if that moment happened yet or not. But wait a minute, was that after? That was after. Wait a minute, I don't think has that happened yet. Did that happen after Ironheart, or what's his name?
Ironheart already happened.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
With today's Ironheart. Yeah, Ironheart was season 1, but I don't
happened,
remember
I
if she. I don't know if Talia came to her quarters after Ironheart or if it was after the railroad, the underground railroad for telepaths.
I think that was it.
Up. Yeah,
yeah.
So that hasn't
happened yet.
It has no pasado. No ha pasado. It has not happened. Okay, so yeah, they haven't had their little room yet, but I think she's being a little more trusting than she should be, really, at this point. But who knows? I guess she's opened up a little bit from that first episode, but I don't know if it was enough yet. But we'll see. Let's move on. Let's not rewrite the show. But then Sheridan informs Carter of the news. Basically, he comes to meet her, and of course, he needs to find out information for Earth, and he's not too comfortable with that, but he still, needs to see her because, the guy you were meeting with is now dead, and he needs to get some information. But, he talks to him, and, she didn't know anything about it. But Carter does assure him that Free Mars has nothing to gain by killing Isogi. Yeah, and it's true. Basically, Isogi would help Mars become independent without there being any bloodshed, supposedly. And so otherwise, the Free Mars movement is willing to commit bloodshed, but, they still wouldn't get in the way of it happening peacefully if they could trust it. But there's really no reason to kill Isogi, basically, is the idea.
Yeah.
But basically, whoever killed Taro Isogi has killed, Mars' best hope for the future. But, he does ask her, and this is one thing that I guess I didn't include here. I thought I did. But basically, he does ask her, who would kill him, and she says that the Senate and Mars Consortium, whoever that is, would have the most to gain from it. I guess it's like some Earth loyalists within Mars, and then of course the Earth Senate, and of course he gets communicated with by a senator who wants him to check into this. So that's
consortium. It basically makes me think of like a whole conglomerate of companies.
Yeah, in fact, that's what they're called, is Mars Conglomerate, not consortium.
Oh, forgive me. I'm sorry. I honestly did not
No,
remember.
you helped there, man, because now I got the word right. I was looking for
Yeah,
a
but it's
C word.
like just a whole bunch of corporations banded together and serving basically Earth.
Yeah, I was looking for the C word there, and I said consortium instead of conglomerate.
C word? What?
Yes. We will avoid all other C words. Okay. But anyway, that's basically, she lets that out, that those are the main suspects in her mind, but of course nobody knows about a bureau with a number yet. But anyway, discussion of this evidence.
Nor will they after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, what is this again here? Discussion of the evidence.
And Sheridan has suspicions.
Has suspicions, yes. Of course, I should have told myself what the suspicions were.
Or he has suspect ions.
Yeah. Is that what I wrote?
No, you wrote suspicions. You wrote suspicions. Okay. I'm just having fun with the word.
Yeah, because
now you knew this guard was dead as soon as you saw him walking with her. You're like, I've never seen him before. Oh.
Yeah. Notice they didn't put Zack Allen in there.
Red shirt,
hey,
red
Earther.
shirt.
Hey, Earther. And there's the zap attack. And,
but he also throws him over the edge.
Yeah, and she's running. Eep. Yeah, it's like, what do you think? He's the emperor of the galaxy? You throw him over the edge like that?
And the black as well, yeah.
He must have survived.
But he's in a zap Talia.
And thrown
at
down.
Least he didn't get his. And he's the one who's had his hand cut off, incidentally. So he probably would have been thrown down there once.
But anyway, she thinks she's had it again because she started running, but she hasn't been able to get away. But once again, he comes up to her. He says, "Free Mars!" And
then we get the full video.
Yeah, that does look like broken glass. Yeah, or computer generated broken glass.
Well, what you actually saw was the fighter. Well, looked like a fighter coming up on an Earth Force's destroyer or cruiser, and then one bolt coming out from the top of the cruiser that makes the whole cockpit shatter like that.
Right. And but I maybe should have grabbed a video of it, but I thought, nah.
Why? I was able to describe it.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. Who needs it? There we go. Nice ring. Wait a minute. That's his right hand.
It's a zappy hand, yeah.
Oh, so I mean, I thought his hand was like even looked robotic. I didn't know they put some lifelike stuff on it.
He peels the flesh glove off of it like in Terminator 2 and then sticks his finger into the thing, and I guess he put the glove back on.
Oh, that's nice. At least he could look, a little bit more. He doesn't have to look like Luke Skywalker with just a leather glove on. But anyway, help! I'm being oppressed.
What have they done to me?
Yeah, he's starting to notice something's a little bit wonky with his brain.
And then, oh, my head! This is a bad headache.
Yeah, and Talia was able to slip away.
Oh, my overacting head.
And where are you going to go after that? Of course, to the chief of security and the captain, because you are able to book a meeting with both. And basically, she reports what happened, her vision, and but Garibaldi was doing some investigating, and he was able to track this Abel Horn guy down. The only thing is, Abel Horn's dead. He was killed, after some Free Mars attack. They killed him, and so. Yeah, because Sheridan knew of this guy, heard of this guy, and some people he knew were killed by him, and in a Free Mars attack, and and he wanted, he wanted to get him found and bring him to justice. And it's like, well, it's a little late; he's dead.
And that was a story that had something to do with his wife too.
They could have made
Sheridan's
a series on that, a spinoff on that.
Yeah, but notice, deceased 2256.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, that's 2253. 2253.
Okay.
So 5 years before now.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they did their homework on their own show. Plasma
Destroyed in outer atmosphere combat skirmish.
Earth
Beta
Force
6.
Star Cruiser. Yeah.
As a result of a plasma burst from Earth Force Star Cruiser Pornell.
And that has to be named after the author.
Oh, which author is that?
Jerry Pornell.
Oh, author of?
I would imagine.
Lots of things. He did. Oh, hold on. Give me 30. Let me walk into the bathroom and pick up my list of Jerry Pornell books.
He fell into a dark hole. The Mercenary, Extreme Prejudice, Tinker.
Yeah. I mean, I've got. He did.
Yeah, I guess we don't need the whole list. Maybe our chat could even.
Lucifer's Hammer, Mote in God's Eye.
Yeah. Those ones. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, I Googled. I know you want us to drop it, but since it's not going to be a fight now, I Googled it a little further. Every page I Googled says that John Carter and Amanda Carter were definitely a reference to Burroughs. They could be wrong, but every page I find says that.
No, well, you said, no, as Esther said, it was come up back in the 90s and news. So maybe
I mean,
people,
I don't know what post he read and who posted it. So
yeah,
but it's not something you want to follow up on because we don't want to get people upset. So.
No, I mean, it might also be that might simply be that information's changed since you read it on that.
Yeah,
that could be too. Yeah.
Yeah, Ridley Scott now believes in unicorns. Okay.
Horan has a new eye.
Oh, Horan. It's Horn. I put an eye in there.
I was going to say, sorry, Horan. Is that someone out? Is that someone out of Lord of the Rings?
Sounds like it. The
Horan?
children of Horan.
Yeah.
The children of Huron. They know each other for a long time. Yes, they did know each other.
We know each other a long time. Haha. Hey, $5. We know you a long time.
I don't know why I just went that route. But when you
something wrong with me, telepath. No, get me her.
I think I like these subtitles better.
Yeah, I summarized that whole situation. So yeah, Horn finds her, and
you save
each other
Let's
for a
chit
long
chat.
time. Yeah, they knew each other for a long time. They were both in Free Mars back in the past.
Yeah.
Back in her days,
What?
Adrienne Barbeau was a little bit. I don't know. She ran fast and wild. Okay, what are we saying here? He's saying you're safe here.
You're safe here.
Let's
chit chat. Would you like a cup of tea?
She does
that's
offer
my
him a cup of
third favorite thing in the universe.
Yes, it is. And we get that one.
Well, since I am chief of security, I guess seeing you're secure is my job. And tea just happens to be my third favorite thing in the universe.
I thought we needed to commemorate that. He has revealed at least the top two, the second favorite thing and third favorite thing. We still don't know what his favorite thing is in the universe.
No, we don't. But I bet it's dollar poker.
How's it going?
How's it going? We've had 20 complaints. About
basically, yeah.
6 formal protests and 1 threat, all in the last hour. The natives are restless. All right, let them go. But what about the killer? Just scan every ship before it leaves.
Yeah, basically, that's it. Start moving them out. Yeah, basically, you summarized it just fine and dandy. Basically, they're just like,
and then
search the
I'll
ships,
be in my
but
bunk.
move them out. Yep.
And then I'll be in my bunk.
Yeah, I'll be in my bunk. Garibaldi had a daddy.
And Talia had Abby.
Okay. Yeah, they're talking about people that meant something to him. Garibaldi's talking about his dad, and she talks about Abby and Psi Corps that, basically helped her feel okay about being in a fascist organization that uses mind control and mind reading.
But it was so creepy the way she said it. She was like, so there I was, a little child taken away from my family and, put among the Corps. I didn't know anyone. I was scared. And then Abby came in and she started
No, you're getting it wrong. No, Talia had an Abbey, a big church-like building.
Yeah.
It's had Abbey with an E.
Of course. How could I have been so wrong? I'm so sorry, Colin.
And it was downtown.
But Abby essentially just starts using psionic tricks to calm her down until she felt just all warm and fuzzy about being there. And I'm like, yeah, you were brainwashed.
Yeah,
that was the other thought
that
came to mind. That was the other thought that came to mind.
Because Abby was then moved to someone else the next year.
She was still living in denial. She doesn't want to admit that even though she witnessed Psi Corps do a whole mess of nasty things on Babylon 5, she doesn't want to admit that it is a corrupt and evil organization and that she should be scared to be a part of it. She doesn't want to go there yet. So she's keeping the rose-colored glasses on purpose, I think.
Yeah, to protect herself more than anyone else.
Yeah, it's like with recent history, people telling themselves a story so to not have to confront the truth about certain things. And so
yeah,
Mr. Garibaldi,
it does happen sometimes.
Please report to my quarters. Oh, I think that's Sheridan asking him to report because Sheridan has been doing some thinking or something like that. And she's like thanking him for spending time with her. But yeah, so they're feeling a little bit. Garibaldi must be like, yeah, you're starting to warm up to me. Good. My pleasure.
No, I think he genuinely felt good about helping her. He was not just trying to,
Mr.
work
Garibaldi
her.
isn't just thinking about that. Mr. Garibaldi wants, he wants a well-rounded. But I mean, he does care about helping her out. He does care about her, but he also likes her. It's like the full-featured romantic experience. But anyway, back in Sheridan's quarters, we have all sorts of gear on the wall. Right? I think. All right, and now, yeah, a little too fuzzy to read. I was hoping there would be some interesting stuff buried in there.
Repair code. CAT scan procedure looking for X factor. J mission 157 22nd light symmetrical stature in disruption code AAB. I'm not sure it's supposed to even make any sense. Error code imminent in danger zone factor 25 J start in procedures.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's that guy that did all the predictions and stuff? Nostradamus. It's like actually reading it and being like, this is a bunch of bullshit. And so anyway. All right. Well, anyway, it was part of EarthGov's cyber. Okay, this is where it happened here. Garibaldi's like, okay, you seem to know some stuff here. What's going on? And basically, Sheridan kind of knows some things about EarthGov's dealings and things that they wanted to do, some experiments and stuff. And they had something that was called cyber. Yeah, it's called cyber experiments. I thought it was an official name, but anyway.
Yeah, back in the late 30s.
2230s. It would have been like 20
years, 30 years ago.
Really, yeah.
But they were a bust. Humans couldn't function with machines in their brains. Oh, that was from Garibaldi. And Sheridan says, correct. That's why they decided to use subjects on the verge of death. accident victims, wounded soldiers, people in comas.
Mm-hmm.
You're kidding. That's grotesque. It gets even better. The theory was to hardwire the subject's brain with a computer intelligence. It kept the brain functional while the body was repaired. Then, using telepathic deep scan, the subject was fixated on the moment of his death, shutting down all conscious thought. The computer takes complete control.
It could be complex too.
While the subject is dying over and over again in his subconscious. Ms. Winters said that Horn was clinging to the thought of his death, as if it were the only thought he had.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Are you saying Horn is one of those cyber zombies? I'm saying he might be. His body could have been recovered after the blast. Or intelligence was wrong again and Horn was never in the ship that was blasted. Well, that's the simple explanation. And ordinarily I'd accept it, but this isn't a simple thing. A known Free Mars terrorist kills a man in front of a witness and leaves her alive. Later, he kills another man to get to that witness and again leaves her alive. Why? He's squeamish about killing women? Or maybe Talia Winters touched something in him. Ooh, touched? What?
Touche.
Something that made Horn realize who he really was for a moment.
Touch something inside someone whose name is Horn, yes.
I think it's playing havoc with his programming. You almost have me believing this load. I'm not sure I believe it myself. But if it's true, there should be a way to locate him.
All right. We're about 2/3 of the way through. We're being very efficient tonight.
Well, if that's true, that's a good thing.
Yes.
By the way, I realized when Talia did go and meet with Ivanova, it was in the Mind Wipe episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Was
yeah,
it?
I was
Oh,
yeah,
we did
I was
do it.
pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
pretty sure we had covered that episode.
And I think my mind was wiped. I forget. What is the Mind Wipe episode?
The one with Brad Dourif. Oh no, not Brad Dourif. The one with Drake from Aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the alien healing device.
Oh, yeah, the healing device. Yes, indeed. That was another possibility there for Dr. Franklin.
Yeah. With Mama from Lost in Space.
I had a Dutch grading. I thought it was the episode where Talia helps the Underground Railroad.
No, I know, but that one that's when it happened because Talia had been so shaken to the core by her encounters with the serial killer.
I'm gonna have to look that up because something in me tells me it was.
I think it was the Underground Railroad episode.
Yeah.
I don't know how far we are from that one.
We're about 15 episodes from it.
Okay.
And I haven't watched that far ahead, so I'm pretty sure it's not that one.
Well, I remember in one of our recent watch throughs, I think that's when it happened. Well, we'll look it up anyway.
We shall find out soon.
Unless someone, our chat is saying, "Get on with it."
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
No problems.
So Amanda's calling Domino's and ordering a telepath. with extra cheese.
Oh, get on with it.
Yeah.
I had to do that. So anyway, yeah, she's ordering a telepath. I mean, that's kind of like what she's doing because she feels bad for him because he explained to her the telepath seemed to trigger something in me. I'm not myself, all this kind of stuff. And she's like, yeah, I'm inclined to agree. So he's a big mystery. He's trying to figure out himself. And he seems to already, he's told her, I think I'm dead. And I just keep dying over and over in my mind. And so she's basically going to try and get this Talia Winters that he mentioned and see what she can do. Maybe she could help somehow.
And she says, yeah, okay, fine, whatever.
Sure, why not? And here's the thing. It's like, because people are trying to, I don't know. You're basically in protective custody.
Yeah, neither of them should be walking the station without an escort. I would call Garibaldi. It's like, hey.
Well,
wait,
she is isolated, but no, she does ask permission.
Yeah.
She does ask permission, and we're going to see who is at fault for giving her permission in a moment. But he's like, thanks, and then he smacks her.
Because the machine is turning on and off. It's glitching.
And there she is. She did a pretty good getting knocked out job there. All right. But anyway. Now, Sheridan wants to reconfigure the scanner on the station to be able to sense this computer. And he did call this. I remember hearing it. He called it a computer crystal. Oh, computer power crystal. Kind of weird terminology, but that's what he called it. And so that's what he's doing. He's trying to reconfigure the system to scan for that. And Garibaldi says, hey, sure, let the wizard do it.
Let the wizard handle it.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I didn't know that I did this in a clip, did I?
Garibaldi?
But you did.
Chief, Zack Allen. Ms. Winters is requesting an escort for a business meeting in Red 7.
With who?
Amanda Carter.
Oh, that's what I got right there. Sheridan nodded his head. He was giving permission for Talia to visit with Amanda Carter. So it's Sheridan's fault.
Yeah, well, because Sheridan knows that she has employed Talia to work on this agreement.
Garibaldi's a wizard if ever a wizard was.
Well, yeah,
is
but
he
I
a
didn't
wonderful
record
whiz?
that.
He's a wonderful whiz, apparently.
Wow.
Maybe not.
Wizard.
And he manages to fix the computer into making the door swing back and forth.
Yep, that's what he did. He called himself a wizard, and he made the door swing, swing, swing. And then, Sheridan basically said, yeah, thanks, wizard. But Sheridan was left there trying to fix it. So anyway.
Now, this security detail, they're not going to die. We see Zack, we see the Oriental guy, and there's Garibaldi himself. It's like, yeah, this team is safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good caption, Lawrence. Let's not bother checking her quarters before Talia goes in. They were both involved in a violent crime, and the killer's still loose. It doesn't. Yeah.
Hey,
that's a good.
You never know. Adrienne Barbeau might be in indelicate state, so they're going to respect that.
Well,
she is a lady.
I don't know.
Well, if she answers the door,
lady.
she must not be in a delicate state.
Does she answer the door, or does
she's in a delicate
no,
state?
she doesn't. She's laying on the floor.
Oh,
yes,
that's right. She doesn't even answer the door, so definitely security should have gone in.
And let's not immediately call for help or anything. Basically, she's like, "Are you all right? Are you all right? Hello, hello." She's doing all sorts of things other than screaming and yelling for the security guards outside.
Yeah, who are literally just outside the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she gets grabbed from behind.
Hey.
But that
pardon me for taking this from Brown's channel, but that is an up the arse corner picture if ever I've seen one.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yes, that is a banana.
Definitely some bumming going on in that picture.
Yeah. But anyway, so that happens, and then Sheridan gets the computer back on again, and it begins scan, and then he scans and finds out. Guess where this power crystal is? It's in Amanda Carter's room, and then he does. I think he does radio the security in a moment and finds out, where is she? She's in Amanda Carter's room. Oh, I see. That's great. And he's asking, what am I? What am I? Tell me.
Tell me. You're a mind bender. You saw it in my head.
Mind
I
bender.
just want to know.
Mind bender. I like that. Mind bender.
Interesting face. Someone who's been operated by a telepath.
Pain. Well, he's having her try to get into his mind, and she's just like feeling pain, and he's like, yes, pain. And then we see a clearer rendition. Look at that.
Oh, you're right. This is the one where we see the shot that takes the ship out.
Yeah.
That other one wasn't quite it yet. This is the one.
Yep. Yeah, that's where we get the clearest picture. And then we see Doctor. And then we see another masked person.
There better be
and an
clip
unmasked person. How can you get away without wearing a mask in an operating theater?
By psionically making everyone think you are wearing one.
Okay. And then we see we can make him better.
A robotic hand.
Is that
we can make him better than he was before? Better, stronger, faster.
Go on, Colin.
I was going to say, do we not see her later on? And I was thinking at the end of season 3, early season 4, but no, we don't.
No, we don't see her ever again, I don't think.
Nope.
I don't know. We'll have to review it as we go through these piece by piece. We are doing our thorough examination of Babylon 5, and if she's in there, we will find her.
Bester just took her role,
Yeah.
Yeah, Bureau 13 was the name of a role-playing game at the time, and when Straczynski found that out, he was like, "Yep, we are not doing any more Bureau 13. It's all Psi Corps."
They could have done. They could have done one episode where the Bureau 13 is saying, "Bureau 13 has been subverted by a role-playing game. We must now call ourselves Black and Dandy." I don't know where that came from. I just said,
I like it.
In my opinion, they didn't need a Bureau 13. They could have just made it all Psi Corps from the beginning.
Well, I suspect it was, but Bureau 13 was a covert ops.
Well, yeah, they passed it off later as, it was part of Psi Corps, but then you wouldn't have to give it a special name.
Well, and a lot of these organizations don't give themselves names. They're not like, okay, we're going to call ourselves the Illuminati.
Star Trek would never, the Federation would never have, was it Division 31?
Section.
Oh, wait.
It was Section 31. Yeah.
31, whatever. I keep forgetting which one it was.
Of course, real Star Trek never did.
Which just happens to be 13, just the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
I always thought that the implication, the idea I got was that Bureau 13 was was a covert ops unit, at least partly run by Psi Corps, but based in the San Diego wasteland, so it wouldn't be detectable because it's in the middle of nuclear waste. I always, I always got the impression that if I thought about it, that Bureau 13 was a subset of, if you like, of Psi Corps.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They rebuilt you, the bastards.
They made you better.
There was a Psycop there.
There was a Psycop. Uh-oh.
Red 7, sweet 15. By the
That's
way,
where he's finding out where the... You hate what?
I hate the computer voice because the voice speaks without any breath at all. And I hate when people talk like that. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard to me.
Oof.
They couldn't
It
foresee
really-
voice synthesis getting all that good, even though it did like about 30 years later. It's still not perfect, but it's better, you know.
Yeah.
It's still not like what's her name? It's still not Waxana Troy. Like
Michael Beck, yeah.
Ugh.
Captain, where's Miss Winters? Well, where did you say that she could go?
Meeting with Miss Carter in her quarters.
In her quarters. Oh,
Our
no!
perp's inside. Get him, but get him alive. Yeah, like that's going to
Yeah, so he runs out of there, and they're like, okay, we're going in cold.
Watch out for Talia.
we're
Remember,
going in
this guy
hot.
kills by touch.
We're going in hot.
Zack, let's hit the door.
He kills by touch. He seems to have an invisible touch. Yeah, he reaches in and grabs right hold of.
Moving on.
I think he reaches in and zaps. He reaches in and zaps a hole in your heart.
Yeah, that would be more accurate.
I did love how they were talking about what it did to Isogi, and they were like, it disrupted every cell in his body, and I'm like, then he would be a puddle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it wasn't every cell. Well, maybe they were disrupted somehow. It didn't say.
He could have said
it
he fried
every cell.
He could have said he fried every neuron in his brain. Boom, done. But disrupted every cell in his body, dude.
Yeah, that is a bit of a tall order. Yeah. There were certainly some cells there that didn't get that disrupted. I swear it. I swear by the stars in the sun. Oh, whatever. I forget how that goes. But anyway,
There's
we
nowhere
are
to
here.
go.
There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to hide.
Come on, think about it. Can't think. Can't act. Die when I think. Okay.
Then they put their guns down because, he's got the hostage.
You heard her, and I'll see it takes 10 days to die. It takes you 10 days to die.
I don't know how you would be able to do that, Mr. Garibaldi, but we'll see.
Have him die the death of 1,000 cuts? I don't know.
Well, he doesn't get to be judge, jury, and executioner, so. But he's just making threats like any self-respecting man would. Okay. I'm already dead, Mr. Security Man.
I'm already dead. Sorry.
I didn't. This is not one of my subtitles. He actually said that.
No, I know. Mr. Security Man.
And Talia, Amanda Thompson is just standing there like, oh my God, what a line. And I got to be next to it.
No, you aren't, Horn. They are using you to betray your own world. How do you know this?
I've read the script.
Exactly. Page 24. Get to it, pal. You can feel the machine crawling in your brain. Get out of my way.
And get into my car.
Adrienne has woken up.
Uh-oh. There she is. We have an X Factor in the room.
You let her go, and it will help you. You've died too many times, Abel. There's no need to die again. He let Talia go.
Yeah, he did. And good.
Now, put the weapon down. It was the Earthers, wasn't it? We'll find out who it was together. Just put the gun down. Mars will never be free. until the sands run red with Earther blood.
Oh man! And we hear that quote later on. That's what the Free Mars people like.
Oh no, he's pointing a gun at the captain.
Oh no! But you don't have a hostage
Oh no,
now, so people can shoot you.
the captain shot first.
Yeah, so he didn't put his gun down, did he?
I think he drew
He
that from the
did.
holster.
He did, but he didn't believe that Sheridan could help him, so he basically offed himself by police officer.
Okay, that's
And he
basically what
said
happened.
he said what he needed to say to get him on guard again.
No, Lawrence was saying he guessed that Sheridan didn't drop his gun when the guy said, "Drop your weapons." You know, all the security guys were seen putting their guns down, and I think Sheridan dropped his gun, but he must have had another gun on him. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Because we didn't see him bend over and pick it up again.
No.
So anyway, but yeah, he pretty much knew that he was just about done there. There was nowhere to go. Plus, he's already dead. And there she goes. She gives him a look.
I am sad now because somebody I once knew is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for ending it, Earther.
That must be a great
And
last
then-
line to say. Yeah, he does a croaking move. Probably one of the cringiest croaks
Yeah.
I've seen.
Damn it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Why are you not moving the slides with my countdown?
Why am I supposed to do that like this?
Yeah, it's like
Well,
there's a dangerous
there's a-
energy surge. There's a
Yeah,
countdown
there's-
going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, and then
Because you're hearing the sound going like.
well, I don't know. I mean, okay, yeah. So
There we
they're
go.
3, 2, 1. And I swear to God, as I'm watching this, all I can think is the line from our last episode, about the last Merlin episode. How convenient.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Well-
it's like, because now there's no evidence at all about Bureau 13 or their plant and see, no evidence. Yeah, no kidding. There's no way you were going to get evidence, not in this episode. You're still in the second season, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to get evidence. So anyway, this is where they wrap things up. Basically, Isogi his dream will live on because Amanda Carter will keep discussing it with Future Corp. These guys are going to not report some things just so it helps out with that situation, and that Mars might, be able to do a peaceful independence thing. Everybody's down for that, and basically Talia is going to talk to Future Corp and make sure that they know that, Free Mars didn't have anything to do with his death, and the real Mars government or provisionary government doesn't have anything to do with it anyway. That sort of stuff. So everything is a nice, neat, happy Hollywood ending. Kind of.
Or is it?
The thing that got me about this episode was when they were like, "Oh no, Isogi has died. Now there's no way we'll have this deal." And I'm like, what was he bringing to the table other than that folder with his plan in it? I mean, okay, maybe cult of personality kind of thing, but now he's
Yeah.
a martyr. Somebody
Wasn't
wanted
he
to
a
stop this.
He wasn't he a multi-billionaire of some kind? Had a company.
Well, he's an executive from that company. But the thing
He
is,
had
maybe,
a lot of power.
But yeah, maybe that's it. He's charismatic and he could help people go along with something that might be risky and that sort of thing. But, the company can still do it on its own. It's just the guy that was the visionary of the whole thing is dead. But yeah, I mean, definitely it could go on, but it does help that Talia will, and they would report that, yeah, this guy had nothing to do with Free Mars and this is not as
And I mean,
controversial as it looks, maybe.
And if it was Isogi's company, then even more capable. That's what he wanted to say, even more than saying, yes, look, this happened, but we want to follow his dreams. So that's even more powerful, I think, if it was his company.
But they knew there might be some loose ends, so they did do this thing here where Garibaldi asked, so, have you gone space happy? He's like, she's an accomplice to a murder, and it's like, no. What's her name? Talia says that no, she didn't have anything to do with it. She was calling me there to help Horn because Horn knew something was wrong with him, and that's all that was about. They didn't want to kill me or anything, So everything's good. So they tie up that loose end there with this conversation.
And also, she explained that she was dating the guy before Free Mars was even a thing. Then it became a thing, and she joined it with him. But then it became extreme, and she was like, "Nope, not me."
Yep, she got out of it before it became too extreme. So everything kind of is all right. The whole thing is the Future Corp group may be kind of like, okay, so who's going to try and kill us if we do this? Since you didn't find out who did it.
Yeah.
Wow. And did you? Oh, now here's where she gets a little bit dishonest. That's why her eyes are closed. She's about to tell them a little fibby fib. And basically,
I thought that was just because you chose that for the screen grab.
Oh, yeah, because she's about to tell a fibby fib. But then she opens her eyes again, and yes, I saw an image. Some sort of an operation. But she couldn't see any details or anything.
Well, did you recognize anything? A location? A face? Uniform? No, nothing at all.
So this is where, it's an all-out lie because she
Would you like some tea?
Psi Cop. She could have said there was a Psi Cop there. There was a Psi Cop. And he's like,
take her to her quarters. I'll help Ivanova move the traffic out. Let's get this station back on the road.
And
do they suspect? I don't think they suspect. Good, I got away with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Is there something?
Yeah, there's something.
There's a whole list.
Yeah. Basically, he's got some questions, and this is where I guess we're not going to read off the whole thing.
No, he wants to know how did Sheridan know about the Lazarus Project?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, some people collect coins, art. I collect secrets. Yeah. As you said, conspiracies, black projects, secret organizations. He's read about things like this for his whole life. So, of course, he would know, because they fascinated him. He would know about that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a friend of mine's wife was, frankly, I thought unhealthily, but it's up to her, just fascinated with serial killers. Mm-hmm. And no matter how obscure a serial killer, if you asked her, who was, Doug Jones, she'd be like, oh, and just explode on, everything she knew about that person.
Yeah. It's basically a subject he looked into a lot. He read those books. Well,
Garibaldi wants to know if that helps him identify who was behind all this. And it's better you don't ask that. Hey, come on, dude. You don't trust me the way Jeff used to, but if there's a threat, I need to know. I'm head of security.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it goes beyond us, Mr. Garibaldi. Far beyond. I'm not surprised. If Horn's what you say he was, then this has nothing to do with Free Mars. You got that right, Michael. Mm-hmm. Well, something like this off would take a lot of power and a lot of money. Who's got that? And I think you know who it is. But promise me this information will never be repeated outside this room. You got it.
You got it. So they have to come back up to this room to talk about it again.
And then he explains
the 6 years.
Yeah. Rumors about a rogue agency inside EarthGov, deep inside EarthGov, dirty trick squad, Black Project, Star Chamber Justice.
Yep.
He got 3 years took him just to get a name, and the guy that gave it to him was killed almost immediately after.
Oops. I hit
Bureau
twice.
13.
Deep State.
And the man who gave me that name died soon after. My God. He is convinced they exist and they are behind this incident. Oh, really?
And I bet that guy didn't commit suicide either.
Shot himself in the back of the head 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Isogi was a danger to Earth policy on Mars. Oh, no. His death was a warning to the other corporations. Stay out of it.
Exactly.
He was also meant to destroy free Mars from the inside. And possibly ruin Amanda Carter as well. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
exactly. They take care of all things with one move. I can't prove any of it.
But Garibaldi says if it is true. Oh, no. No, I don't know why they had dashes.
If this is true, yeah, that's Garibaldi.
Oh, right. This is true. And then he finishes, then everything we believe in is in jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun. There is a spider in the web, Mr. Garibaldi.
And there's the name of the episode.
Roll credits.
Yeah, I think about there. But no, we do get some
and I
little...
intend...
I was going to say, no, there's one more bit to come, isn't there?
Yeah, and I intend to find it.
Yes, there is some more.
And then capture it, and then capture it humanely and take it outside.
Yes. And then we see this. We see San Diego again. And then we see this. And the summary is basically...
Mission only partly successful.
Yeah, I was wondering
what
phase 2 was going to be.
No, go back one.
Yep.
Note what that says. Note the punctuation.
Report
from Babylon 5 Control.
Period.
Oh, no.
Yes. Control is on Babylon. Or Control, it's Babylon 5 Control.
Right. Report from Babylon 5 Control. Mission only partly successful.
Yeah. But there's no comma there.
I know.
But there's the thing.
What do you expect with these subtitles?
But it is
no,
subtitles.
because as I said, you see this is why. Or in a couple of
the power of a comma.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but carry on. Sorry.
That's all right. All right.
No. I was going to come because this is why this is something which, in retrospect, throws up problems with part of the story. But you don't find out why until later. But this is the hint to it.
Oh.
Who was reporting from Babylon 5?
Correct.
Yeah. Isogi terminated, but unit was destroyed before he could leave station for Mars. Yeah, you're right, because that report did come from Babylon 5. Uh-oh.
See, this is why, in my opinion, we should have skipped this episode because...
But we would have missed this thing that we never knew.
This you see this is it.
Hazard.
And it says...
Control does not believe so.
Oh, no.
Belief is not enough. He is to follow up until he is certain.
Okay, so that's sort of
13 out.
And then I got that is a very good mouth there.
Yeah.
It looks like she's about to bite something. I don't know. But anyway.
Oh, look, I recognize that face.
Do you?
Yes. He's done up the Psi Corps.
The one from the dream? From the memory? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant you recognized the actress.
No.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah. And I don't know. We'll find out, but I don't think we see her again. But
she doesn't do what I thought she did.
But and we'll see. We're going through this with a fine-toothed comb, and so that's basically how it ends. So I mean, we don't hear of Bureau 13 again,
it doesn't do what I thought it did.
But the thing is, somebody on Babylon 5 had to send that message because Abel Horn was dead. He blew up. Unless he left some sort of recorded message in case he blows up.
No, he said the thing is because they said control front he. We see the thing is there's something about this that we discover much later on, which makes me which kind of spreads a different light on what happens with Talia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I guess.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
one thing
they.
that was.
Go ahead.
No. I guess we were going to say the same thing. Basically, I had that in the back of my head, that the Talia thing. But go ahead, Liza.
I was agreeing with you. They recovered, like they found a way to let Talia go, the character Talia go, and this was, I guess, they alluded back to this episode to do that, I guess. But this episode could have totally been skipped. It's hard to square the circle with the rest of the series. It's really, and it's not that interesting.
Well,
so anyway, Liza, I see in the chat that Flav has left. I see highlights for me, and okay, it looks like an emoji.
Well, I don't see it.
I just want to say a message, folks. If you are targeting me in the chat, a lot of times I won't see it because I don't always look at the chat because I'm too busy thinking of things here, and my vision isn't great anyway. But I don't mean
see
to
any
ignore people
special.
purposely.
I don't see any green highlights.
Okay. Well, I meant for me. I see red highlights of it's just an emoji. But anyway, yeah. if I don't respond to something, you try to send me through the chat. It's not on purpose, and it's not because I don't care. It's just a lot of times I'm trying to do stuff here and know what I'm saying, and it's hard for me to also check there. But anyway, yeah, go ahead, Colin. You were about to say something, I think.
No, I was going to say it's because of what we find out later on that makes me wonder if something in this is a hangover from before certain changes were made right at the start. It's difficult. I mean, especially if Dutch hasn't seen far enough ahead to get what we were alluding to. I just said he hasn't seen the whole thing yet.
Dutch has been being very quiet because Dutch has a tendency to say too much sometimes, and I don't want to give things away.
No, Dutch has seen ahead.
You have not. I know you said you'd only seen up to a certain episode. That's all. I mean, the thing is, I agree with Liza.
No, forgive me, Archer. I have seen the entire show like 5 times. But recently, I haven't seen.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, got you. That's fair enough. No, but I agree, Liza. It's kind. I mean, there isn't. There's really only speaking. There's really only an A plot to it anyway, and that plot is largely a kind of a filler plot, but there are important things in there. You know, like the hint at the Psycho operations, like the hint at how Psycho operates, at some of the things that they can do. And as you said, like Free Mars and so on and so forth. There's important plot points in it, but it's not an episode which, as I said, it's not particularly. It's not an episode which gives itself to particularly deep watching, especially if you're trying to do it without mentioning anything that you know is coming in a couple of years' time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Lord.
By the way, I looked up the Psychop. She was played by Annie Grindlay, and she is only in this one episode. And she's done other shows and movies, but she is only in a single Babylon 5 episode. I was pretty sure that was true. But
I was thinking of a particular episode at the end of season 3, start of season 4, and when I thought about it, no, the only person we see now, I think we see Best, but I don't think we see anybody else. in that particular scene, which is why I thought I might have seen her somewhere else. But that's probably why, because it's similar situation. If you get what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I get what you guys are saying, but in the rewatch, I tend to like I've rewatched Babylon 5 a lot, and I skipped this episode because it doesn't. It seems to me like an interruption in the story. It annoys me because of that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's a story that you can skip 95% of. Of the 5% that you don't really want to skip is 5%, which only actually tells you, which hints at things to come. Like so many of these things, as I said, I mean, I skipped a load of ones in season 1, and then I realised, well, hold on a second, but it's missed. There's missed bits that I like in it. I miss, for example, the bits where Ivanova's father dies and she has to shiver and the rest of it, because I wasn't particularly interested in the main plotline for that story. And I'd forgotten that storyline was part of that story. So, I think it's something that is, it's one of those ones that is not, that has got some really interesting and important points to it. But yeah, it's buried in a story that
Mike Mountain Hawk Gorley just went to bed.
Oh, good night.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, he was here longer than usual. I think I'm gonna give Mike his. I'll start sending him the link again in case he wants to join us. But
he was working on the Sarad while listening to us tonight.
Okay, so it's just listening and stuff. I know, he can't keep up with the Babylon.
We finished this episode.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, we finished this episode in 130 minutes. That's not bad.
No.
Nice.
But anyway, gentlemen, I think we're going to call it a night. But we're going to have a little green room session. It won't take long. I know it's late for you, Colin, but we'll have a little green room session. But in any way, that's it. Thanks for everybody joining us in the chat. Gavin, great to see you again. And Mog, behold, don't step in a Mog. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, it's only recently that I figured out what Mog is. Like when Brown did that Acolyte series and they were calling the one character Mog, I thought that one Jedi guy was actually named Mog.
I'm a Mog.
Because I didn't
half
watch
man,
the
half
Acolyte.
dog. I'm my own best friend.
I wasn't watching the Acolyte. I only got it through Brown, and they were calling him Mog.
Yeah.
So
Isn't Mog a looks maxing term?
Yeah.
No, Mog is from Spaceballs. I'm a Mog, half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
Oh gosh.
True, that's true. Good night, Flav. All right, yep, we're wrapping up. Next week we'll be doing more Babylon 5, of course, Wednesday night, Merlin, and all that sort of thing. And I guess that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I feel relaxed. I feel relaxed, and I think we're going to be relaxed for a good long time now. So.
Next week we're doing Babylon 5. We're doing the Soulmates, right?
Yes.
Oh, I love
Londo's
that
wives.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So anyway,
3 harpies.
Yes. It's going to be good.
Okay.
Don't miss next week, guys.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get the right thing to click. Here we go.
And finally, here are some completely gratuitous pictures of penises to annoy the censors and to hopefully spark some sort of controversy, which it seems the only way these days to get the jaded, video-setted public off their fucking asses and back in the sodding cinema.